hands do the talking, man. My hands gonna make sure that it turns into the Lamont Roach show for sure.
My whole goal was always to go out there and put on a great performance, like every night.
Oh, he's a competitor. He wants to compete. You know what I mean? He wants to win. You know, he wants to, do more than the next guy. But he's also humble in a sense.
The final face-off, Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach exchanged heated words ahead of their showdown. Roach confidently declared, "He's never faced someone like me in a fight," vowing victory on Saturday night. Unshaken, Davis fired back with equal confidence. With tensions soaring, both fighters are gearing up for an intense battle in the ring.
March 1st to come out victorious.
Lamont, hip-hop is really, how's the power look? You carried with you to 135?
Yeah, you know it.
Okay.
You know it might be better than it was at 30.
So you feel more comfortable with your punches and everything like that?
For sure. 5 extra pounds I don't gotta lose.
How important is it for you to look for a knockout for this fight for Gervonta, not leave it to the judges?
I'm not necessarily stressing a knockout, but as you know, as I've been saying, this entire press run, this entire media run, I'm trying to knock any and everybody out. So if the opportunity presents itself, we're gonna take it for sure.
What makes you different than takes other opponents?
The IQ, the skill level, just being the overall cerebral assassin in the ring. He ain't never been in there with someone like me up to date. You know what I'm saying?
Losing the last 2 fights amateur have any effect on this fight?
Not necessarily, but it is a little get back that I gotta get for sure. For sure.
Going forward, no matter the outcome, going up to 135, that's what you're looking forward to.
Yeah, that's a goal of mine. But regardless, I mean, after I win, I'm gonna defend that both until I feel as though I can't make 30 no more.
The lead up to the highly anticipated bout, Lamont Roach exudes confidence, declaring, "My hands are going to make sure it's the Lamont Roach show." He emphasizes his strategy of targeting both Gervonta Tank Davis's face and body, aiming to disrupt his opponent's momentum. Roach's assertive approach highlights his determination to dominate the fight and leave no doubt about his superiority. In the ring,
Andy Purewell for Boxing News. I'm joined by Lamont Roach Jr. here in New York. Lamont, it's good to see you. How are you feeling? It's fight week.
Oh, I'm feeling great, man. I'm feeling good. Fight week, I'm very excited.
An extra 5 pounds to work with for yourself. How's that move up in weight been feeling?
It's been feeling great, man. I'm not struggling or killing myself to make weight. I don't normally struggle or kill myself to make weight neither, but it's a better feeling. Them last 5 pounds is a big difference.
I have to ask you, Lamont, you go into this fight, obviously you're going to be the underdog. Do you thrive on that tag though, being the underdog?
No, just like my fight with Hector, I've been an underdog before. I've been doubted, I've been counted out, and you guys see what happens. So March 1st is going to be a repeat of that.
Whenever Gervonta Davis fights, as he was mentioned up on the stage, there's a lot more attention on the fight. Instead of it being the Gervonta Davis show, how do you make it the Lamont Roach Jr. show?
Go in there and let my hands do the talking, man. My hands going to make sure that it turns into the Lamont Roach show for sure.
I know you don't want to give too much away, but how do you break down Gervonta Davis? How do you come out on top in this fight?
Punch him in the face, punch him in the body, keep punching him in the face. That's how it's going to stop. If he not going to be able to stop this shit coming to him. I'm sorry, excuse my language. He ain't going to be able to stop this.
One thing that we've seen with Tank, he obviously has that one-punch knockout power. For yourself, how do you look to try and stay switched on for 12 rounds so you don't allow him to find that shot to try and end the fight?
I'm not too worried about staying.
Davis responds calmly to Roach's bravado, stating, "It's skill versus skill. Whoever has better skill will be victorious." With this remark, Davis emphasizes his technical prowess and preparation, shifting the focus from pre-fight hype to pure ability as the deciding factor in the ring.
What is he in for this Saturday night?
A rude awakening. A rude awakening for sure. He just doing what you have to do, trying to psych yourself out for the fight and things like that. But come March the 1st, it's all about skill versus skill, and who has the better skill that night is going to be the victorious person.
Renowned trainer Barry Hunter confirms he'll be in Gervonta Davis's corner on fight night, stating, "Tank is like family to us." His presence brings valuable experience and a personal connection, offering strategic insights and emotional support that could shift the fight's dynamics in Davis's favor.
But I had to put that aside and look at his business, and that's what it is. I mean, it's going to be love before and love after.
How did the relationship with you and Gervonta take place? You know, being in his corner now. Will you be in his corner come Saturday night?
I will be in his corner. Here's the deal. We got a long history. Calvin called me years ago. Gervonta was a little boy, maybe 8, 9 years old. Brought him up to the gym, and we've been together ever since. Times when you don't see us, myself, and maybe Patrice Harris with him, we still write his fight plans up and everything. So we've been together for a long time.
Coach, can you just give us some clarification or understanding? Because the obvious question is Calvin also going to be in that corner? And if not, why?
Oh yeah, you see him here now, right?
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? See, I hear things, right?
Sure.
But nevertheless, Calvin will be there, Coach Barry will be there, Coach Boogie will be there, and Kenneth will be there as well.
Boxing analyst Showbiz the Adult predicts a brutal early knockout for Lamont Roach, suggesting Davis's power and skill could overwhelm him quickly. This bold forecast fuels pre-fight debate, heightening anticipation among fans and experts.
I was looking at Lamont Roach media workout. Lamont Roach is going to be knocked out extremely violently very early in the fight, and it's going violent. And I'm looking at his stance and his feet, and I'm saying Gervonta is going to knock Roach out by accident. I think he's going to knock him out just from muscle memory, just from his technique. Tank isn't a guy who just tries to go out and knock you out early. But I think he's going to be violent come Saturday. I think he's going to try to make a statement because Shakur Stevenson just fought with Padley. And so I think he's trying to send a message like, don't ever put this guy in my league. Even if, Shakur was supposed to beat Padley and I supposed to beat Lamont Roach, here's the difference.
Champion boxer Stephen Fulton defends Lamont Roach's decision to face Gervonta Davis, arguing that critics overlook the fighter's history and the complexities of different weight classes.
Last question, I got to ask you about a fight coming up.
That's because, it is when before business actually get taken care of, you don't like to see it, because then if it don't happen, everybody like, well, what happened with this? You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
So you take those little losses or however things don't go well in the dark.
But I'm going to say I'm proud on both notes. I'm proud of the performance, and I'm proud of that move. That's a big move.
Yeah, that would be.
But last question, I got to ask you about fight. You got Tank, Lamont Roach this Saturday.
Fan of the sport.
You going to be in the building?
Yeah, I'm going to be there. I'm just going to be a fan of the sport, though, that day. May the best man win. That's good for both of them and their history as well.
I've been hearing people criticize the fight. Why is that a good fight to watch? Because for me, I think it's going to be competitive.
Only people that criticize the ones that don't know the history between the two or that don't know certain fighters in certain weight classes, I can say. But guys like me and everybody else that came up in my era, as far as like the amateur and stuff, I want to see the fight. Like I think it's a good fight because I know both of them and they got history. We all know of each other, things like that. So it's a good fight.
During a public training session, Lamont Roach showcases his readiness with powerful punches in his final preparations for Davis. This display highlights his physical condition and technical skill, sending a clear message to both his opponent and spectators that he's primed for the challenge. Roach boldly declares his intention to knock out Gervonta Davis, warning him against a slow start in the early rounds. He also recalls their amateur history, claiming to have previously knocked Davis out. This narrative adds a personal dimension to the fight, suggesting a psychological edge and attempting to sow doubt in Davis's mind ahead of their showdown.
I don't know if you heard, but Lamont Roach went on the Breakfast Club and said when y'all were amateurs, he whooped your ass. And he was the harder puncher back then, so obviously he thinks he's the harder puncher now. And he said when y'all get in the ring, he will be the bigger man. So he is gonna stand and bang with you because he got more power than you, bro. And he said that the fact that people think that you gonna knock him out, well, that's a joke to him. He don't see that happening because you better not start slow or you gonna be in trouble, bro, because you are just the beginning of his Hall of Fame legacy. It starts with you. He ain't have to negotiate with you because when he beats you, you are done because you thinking about retirement. And that starts his Hall of Fame run. What you think about that?